Super Mario 64 and Super Mario Sunshine are praised as pinnacles of the 3D platforming genre for their iconic playground-like environments that have an endless potential for how the player can approach playing within them due to the movement and abilities Mario provides. There is an obviously directed solution for each star or shine sprite collected within the games, but that direction has some open freedom for how the player can complete the task. Players that have mastered Mario's controls especially have the ability to shortcut their way through levels, which is always something amazing to watch. Seeing people accomplish what you previously thought was impossible to do in either 64 or Sunshine. The endlessly high skill ceiling that both games deliver are why many praise them as groundbreaking titles. However, while there is freedom to approaching each individual star or shine sprite task, there is virtually no freedom to approaching the order in which you play those tasks. Both Mario 64 and Sunshine levels are structured in a strict linear fashion, having to complete each star or shine mission in an area in order to unlock the next one, and then the next one, and then the next one, and so forth. You can only play in an area for one star or shine at a time, which is perfectly fine for both games, but what Super Mario Odyssey does differently really puts it as something truly amazing and next level compared to either 64 or Sunshine. Super Mario Odyssey not only further perfects Mario's controls and movement, but its structure poses the idea that you can access all of an area's tasks at the same time. Not only are there now a range of 30 to 70 different tasks for collecting Odyssey's power moons within an individual area, but an extremely large majority of those power moons are all initially accessible at the same time. There is now an absolute freedom to how players can approach collecting power moons, no longer forced to play in a specific order. You get to decide which power moons to discover in however way you see fit, making each individual player's own Mario Odyssey experience much more personally unique than Mario 64 or Sunshine ever could have been, which is why each moon you obtain is labeled with the date you collect them, to remind you of when during your experience that you found that specific moon. When you arrive at the Sand Kingdom, there's no first power moon that must be collected in the Toast Arena town just because it's the first thing presented to you, like how something 64 or Sunshine would have done. In fact, you can completely ignore the town and explore what's to the right of it instead if you so choose, or bypass the town and explore the Sand Temple, or see what's behind the Sand Temple first. The player is given such an unlimited potential for the order in which they discover power moons that you can actually find enough moons in the Sand Kingdom to progress to the next kingdom without even touching any of the story moons, which are the closest thing to being specific directed tasks within a kingdom akin to 64 and Sunshine. There are some power moons within a kingdom that are unavailable until after story moons are completed, by opening up new parts of the kingdom or adjusting the kingdom to include those new moons. But what is available initially is still amazing. To not even have to follow main game story moments within a kingdom and still be able to progress to the next one, that kind of freedom is something to admire from Odyssey. And because there are so many more moons than there were stars or shines, the tasks and trials for collecting moons are much more varied compared to those in 64 and Sunshine. Some moons are story-based, some are hiding in the ground, some moons are found in treasure chests, some are sitting in plain sight, some require capturing an enemy to reach or find it, some are rewarded for fighting a boss, some require you to follow a path of music notes. Some moons are purchased in the stores. Sometimes you'll just be fooling around in the kingdom for fun and realize what you were doing was actually a power moon task. There is a seemingly endless amount of ways to collect power moons, matching the seemingly endless amount of power moons that are available for you to obtain. And the variation in how you collect those power moons greatly adds to how much fun it is to have the freedom to collect them in any order. Super Mario Odyssey took the next step from 64 and Sunshine by no longer barring the game's collectible behind a specific order that must be followed, and instead provides bigger playgrounds that contain more of the collectible available at the same time, giving players a freedom like no other to approach and experience the game in a way that is unique from anyone else's experience. What Mario Odyssey does is a genuinely amazing improvement to the 3D Mario series, making it as groundbreaking as 64 and Sunshine were for their own respective times. But hey, that's just my perspective.